right, guys, we are out here in sunny San Clemente, California. We're waiting for Luke to pull up, and we're gonna go hang out with Mark Moss. We also decided to rent a couple sports cars just to show you guys what we're doing here in California, enjoying the nice weather. But more importantly, what we're gonna do is try and educate you and bring you the information that you need. So it's actually really not that hard to rent a supercar. Fact of the matter is, when I looked into it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to spend like $5,000 to $10,000 just to prove a point to rent this car. But actually, you'd be very, very surprised. It costs only around 600 bucks a day, or sometimes a little bit more or less, depending on the car that you get. So if you think about it, your favorite guru that's pushing his course while he sits on the front of his Lambo, he sells, let's say he has a marketing service. We know that marketing services generally cost between $1,000 to $3,000 depending on what you do. If you have enough money to sit on the front of a Lambo or to sit inside of a sports car and then push a course saying that you know what you're doing, that you're the biggest guru, that I can teach you how I bought this Lambo or how I got into this Lambo, when in reality it's really not that hard. So we're here to change the standard. The standard is hyping up your lead gen and hyping up the course that you're releasing. And then when you actually deliver on what you're selling to people, you're under delivering, or there's barely anything there. All of these possessions, they're just physical. Sure, you can have it, you can get the big car payment that's like $1,000 a month. Most of the biggest business people in the world, they drive beater cars. They drive little Camrys, they drive Honda Civics. So that's the journey that we're gonna go on today. We're gonna walk you through what we do on a day-to-day basis. We're gonna create some good content for you. And more importantly, we're gonna bring you some important data sets so that you can level up your lifestyle, not pursue things like this car, not pursue nice watches, not pursue nice houses, but actually pursue businesses, services, products that help people, that impact their lives, and that make a difference to the world. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like every other guru that's sitting in his Lambo that he rented for 600 bucks, flexing the material possessions and not actually having real impact on people and changing real lives.
Now come look at this one, bro. And mind you, this was in the UK, so you're gonna realize the ingredients are completely different.
Well, they don't have the coloring. The coloring is illegal. They use beef gelatin instead of pig fat and horse hoof. And then the colorings from fruit and vegetables. And then the flavorings from black currant, raspberry, pear, lemon, orange, lime, and spirulina extract. Pretty good.
I wouldn't die over these European ingredients.
If I would, yeah, Europe. That's the thing about Europe is that like you can pretty much grab anything and you'll know that they're not giving you poison. Sure, you'll get refined sugars and stuff like that, but you're not going to get red number 40, which is the leading cause of anxiety and depression.
Oh, he said he knew YouTube.
He does YouTube. I have Instagram.
He has Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay. He has a big Instagram.
Are you guys going to tag us?
We can, sure.
Yeah.
Buddy, start taking some videos on your phone.
It is that easy, but when you listen to somebody talk, you realize where they are. You know, you either understand that these guys are like, oh, my light bulb of ideas just went off, I'm going to actually do this. Or you hear a guy like this and he's like, oh, I have to make 100 videos. Well, what else are you going to do with your time, mother? Except promoting your business.
You gonna stand in your store all day and wait for customers to come in?
Life is full of wasted potential, and that's the difference between winners and losers, the ones that take action, and intelligent action at that.
Or the ones that feel like they have a ceiling on them, that think, you have to be a famous YouTuber, you have to have expensive camera equipment, you have to have people following you around. Get your phone, start recording, post it on TikTok, post it on Instagram, post it on YouTube. I chose orange because it's really obnoxious. The more obnoxious you are, the more attention you get. The more attention you get, the more ridiculous the offer you can make, or the more ridiculous the comparison you can make. That's what we're here today to do. Make a ridiculous comparison. is a crazy thing. I show you guys a nice car, take you guys to a beautiful place in California. I have a good following on Instagram, show people that listen to my stuff, watch my content, and you think that everything's set together and that somehow I'm this really, really rich person that you need to follow everything that I do. What I want to bring to light and what I've been talking to you guys a lot about is how easy it is. And I'm just gonna add it up for you right here. This parking lot, free. We drove here, we didn't need any kind of access. We found it on the map. We came here and we get this beautiful view. The car, we already talked about that, 600 bucks. Someone with a camera, you can either hire someone or you can just find your friend to do it for you. But regardless, you could do that for free. So if we're adding up all the costs and we're talking about, oh, this is what it costs, this is how you could do it, really it's almost nothing. Everything that a lot of people are showing online, it's not as out of reach as you think. And if you put yourself to think about it, how many people are influenced by a nice car? How many people are influenced by a nice view, by a nice camera? People will pay thousands and thousands to get what that person has. We just had one lady walk up to us and ask for a picture with the car. Because people think that for some reason it holds this intrinsic value of, if they have this car, they must be doing something different than me. They must have some secret formula that I do not have. And I'm here to tell you that about 99% of the time, it's not true. 99% of the time, they bought it for 600 bucks. And they convinced you that there's some kind of millionaire. They convinced you that there's some kind of rich entrepreneur to be able to sell you their course, to be able to sell you their training, to be able to buy you into what they think that they have and what you think that they have. See, I make my money off of my marketing agency, and I have free training for people to come in and learn how to make their own marketing agency. And then I also have a paid version, which is only 30 bucks a month, because anything free you're not going to cherish. That's the only reason I charge for it, not because I'm going to make my living off of your 30 bucks. I make my money off of doing the thing that I'm teaching how to do, and I don't need the money in return from teaching you how to do it, because that's not where my value comes from. So when you're looking at someone, you're saying, okay, I want to buy this course, I want to go into this training, I want to buy this paid Discord group, I want to go into this private Facebook group. Say, is that person that's advertising you the private Facebook group, have they actually made money off of it? Off of the skill that they're teaching? Do they still make money off of the skill that they're teaching? And if the answer is no, you should get out the other way and run, especially if they're driving some fancy car funded by their students.
Brother, there's so much money out there to be made. When you look at the vastness of the world and you see these cribs, there's so much wealth, so much money, so many resources everywhere. First of all, you have to realize that you can't have a scarcity mindset regarding money. You can't have a scarcity mindset regarding wealth. You can't have a scarcity mindset regarding growth, because if you do, then you're going to end up in a situation whereby you don't see what the world has to offer. So here we are in beautiful California, brought the Supercars out, having a good time, and visualizing, which really ours for the taking. We just have to realize that it's available with enough work, with enough dedication, with enough planning, with enough education, with enough network, and well, with a touch of magic, you can achieve your dreams. It's inspirational, especially if you can live in one of these environments without having compromised your soul in the process. Food for thought.
Get off your computers, get off your phones, get outside. One of the biggest things that people don't really understand about education products is that they always sell these cookie cutter programs for people where they say, hey, come in, do what I was able to do in this amount of time, learn this in this amount of time. And one of the things that people have this intrinsic belief inside themselves is that they're unique, that their problems are unique, that their day-to-day life is unique, that their personality is unique, that their brain is unique, which, to be fair, it is and it isn't at the same time. Generally, the solutions, business solutions, as we know for people, are pretty cookie cutter. You can kind of just do like, hey, if you do 1, 2, 3, and you copy me, you can do the same thing. But people think that they have this uniqueness. So that's why when you pair community with education or training with education, it has so much more impact on people, and people feel more heard and as if you're catering to their needs. So for example, instead of going out and selling a course, open them up to a community where then they receive access to the right network with the right people inside of it to help them, to push them forward, to give them accountability. But then those people are going to make them privy to the right information, which they can get on YouTube, which they can get on Google, they can get anywhere. But the sheer fact that you're giving it to them in this customized way where they think that and they feel like they're being heard, that's something that AI is never going to be able to do. And that's something that a course is never going to be able to do either. Give them community and let that community be the access to the information that you're giving to them. Give them a club, give them something to feel part of. Insufficient balance. Process. Still process. Still process. Still process. And we are good.
We'll just tell them we're waiting for a local person.
One thing I will say is Brussels sprouts are delicious. Delicious food, steak, bone marrow. What else could you ask for? Good vibes. Look at the freaking ocean. Contale un poco. Afloja. Afloja un poco.